Iran versus Israel. War, 200 missiles fired, cities burned, nukes targeted. What's next? IQD to VND News. By Hussein. IQD to VND News. Breaking news. Iran and Israel at war, direct strikes, nuclear tensions, civilian deaths. The Middle East is once again on the brink of full-scale war. Israel and Iran are no longer engaging in proxy battles, they are striking each other directly. In a chilling turn of events, Iran launched a massive retaliation overnight, firing over 200 missiles at Israeli cities after Israel initiated an aggressive military operation targeting Tehran's missile and nuclear infrastructure. The world watched in horror as the skies above Tel Aviv and Jerusalem lit up with explosions, air defense interceptions, and missile impacts. This is no longer a limited exchange, it is war. Israel hits deep in Iran, Tehran strikes back hard. Israel claims its offensive, which began Friday, was aimed at crippling Iran's missile launch sites and nuclear facilities. Key targets included air defense systems and missile silos deep within Iranian territory. The Israeli military released footage of what it called a precision strike on Mehrabad Airport in Tehran, a suspected location for missile launches. But Iran's response was overwhelming. It fired ballistic missiles and drones not only at military zones but also hit densely populated civilian areas. Cities like Rishon LeZion, Tel Aviv, and Jerusalem came under fire. Air raid sirens howled as millions of Israeli citizens ran for shelter. Reports confirm at least 3 deaths and over 24 injuries in Israel, with significant property damage. On the ground, devastation in Israeli towns. In Rishon LeZion, a direct missile strike leveled multiple residential homes. Rubble now stands where families once lived. Our Middle East correspondent described the scene as complete devastation, with burned-out vehicles, crumbling buildings, and stunned survivors attempting to salvage their belongings. Emergency responders have been combing through wreckage all morning. This tragic scene is just one of many across Israel as cities reel from Iran's unexpected and destructive missile barrage. Iran suffers major losses too, commanders and scientists killed. While Israel suffered civilian casualties, Iran faced heavy military losses. Israeli airstrikes reportedly killed 2 senior military commanders and 3 prominent nuclear scientists, fueling speculation that Israel aims to decapitate Iran's strategic leadership. Iran's state television mourned the deaths but vowed revenge. Iranian leaders are calling this an existential moment, with threats to burn Tel Aviv if the strikes continue. But Israel has responded in kind. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant declared, "Tehran will burn if Iran keeps attacking." Can Israel destroy Iran's deep underground nuclear sites? While Israel has managed to inflict visible damage on Iranian facilities, experts question whether it can actually reach Iran's deep underground nuclear bunkers, like the Fordo and Kolang sites, buried over 80 to 100 meters beneath reinforced concrete. As World News correspondent Joe Inwood explained, Israel lacks the 30,000-pound bunker-buster bombs the U.S. possesses. These GBU-57B munitions can penetrate up to 60 meters underground and are dropped by B-2 stealth bombers, aircraft Israel does not have. This raises a critical military question. Can Israel dismantle Iran's nuclear program without U.S. military assistance? As of now, the answer seems to be no. U.S. role in the conflict: silent partner or active player? The role of the United States remains shrouded in ambiguity. Officially, Washington claims the Israeli operation is unilateral. But former President Donald Trump hinted that the U.S. provided intelligence or support. Statements from U.S. officials have been contradictory. While current State Department voices deny involvement, Trump's comments suggest prior knowledge. Regardless of the official line, analysts believe Israel would not risk such a bold assault without at least a green light from Washington. For Iran, no good choices. Iran is caught in a strategic bind. A powerful counterattack risks dragging the United States directly into the war. But a soft or delayed response could be perceived as weakness, undermining the regime's authority at home and abroad. Inside Iran, 80 civilians, including children, are reported dead following Israeli air raids. Iranian air defense systems, which are far less advanced than Israel's Iron Dome, failed to intercept most incoming missiles. The civilian death toll continues to climb. The regime faces internal unrest and calls for stronger action, while fearing a broader war it may not be able to win. What's next? Is this the start of World War III? Military analysts now warn that this could be the start of something much larger, a direct Iran-Israel war that spirals into a regional or even global conflict. The region is already unstable. A wider war could ignite Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, and even drag in Saudi Arabia and the US. The fear of nuclear escalation looms large, with both countries possessing the capacity to target strategic infrastructure. Real-time updates from our correspondents. We heard directly from BBC's Hugo Bashega, who reported live from Rishon LeZion, a city reduced to rubble by a single Iranian missile. His chilling account described homes destroyed, civilians sifting through debris, and emergency crews working against time. Meanwhile, Joe Inwood broke down the weaponry involved and the massive gap between Israeli and U.S. strike capabilities. His analysis confirms that only American involvement can bring down Iran's most secure nuclear sites, raising the stakes of this war. Final word? What you need to know. Israel and Iran are now in direct war, with over 200 missiles exchanged. Civilians in both countries are suffering, over 80 killed in Iran, 3 in Israel, and dozens more injured. Iran's nuclear program is under attack, but Israel lacks the tools to eliminate underground sites without U.S. help. The U.S. role remains murky, but critical. This could mark the beginning of a larger Middle Eastern war with global consequences. Stay updated. Subscribe to IQD to VND News. At IQD to VND News, we bring you verified, fast, and fearless coverage of the biggest global events. Don't forget like, share, and subscribe for breaking developments on the Iran-Israel war, Middle East affairs, and currency market impacts. This is Hussein. Stay safe. Stay informed.